Yourself and your health first. Millions of women are living with conditions like overactive bladder, and they may be too uncomfortable to discuss it with a doctor. Well, Family Circle Health Director Lynya Floyd and Dr. Kennelly, they are empowering women to not settle for living with these uncomfortable conditions. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so it's OAB, overactive bladder. What exactly is this?
Well, overactive bladder is a medical condition where the bladder itself will become suddenly spastic. Out of the blue, there'll be hypersensitivity, leading to that feeling of urgency, that kind of gotta-go feeling. But the most troubling part is that you have frequency, going to all the trips to the restroom. And I think the most debilitating and embarrassing point is really when urine leaks out without your knowledge or desire.
Yeah.
And that's really a call to action for a lot of women that say, I've got to seek medical attention because something's going on with my body that I don't know what's going on.
Absolutely. Lynya, let's talk about Family Circle and this new partnership. Let's talk about the initiative.
Yeah, so it goes back to what the doctor was talking about, right? This is a condition that can be embarrassing. It can be frustrating. It can be distracting. It can hold you back from doing things in life that you ordinarily want to do. So we want to educate people out there. There are millions of Americans who have overactive bladder, but maybe they don't know it. Maybe they've developed these workarounds and they think that that's the best that they can do. But there's so much more that they can do actually. So we want to educate people. We want to empower them so that they know that they can make an appointment with their doctor, preferably a specialist, and get an accurate diagnosis and talk to that doctor about the different treatment options that are available to them.
Absolutely. I think some people, they get a diagnosis that might be slightly off the mark. They end up being prescribed stuff that just doesn't work. I mean, what do people do then?
Well, I think that's the case. Getting to a specialist, an OAB specialist who actually can make the accurate diagnosis is key, not to give up and not to settle. So really take it upon themselves, getting more knowledge about it. Because just because a medication may not work, there are other new options that are available. Some of the OAB specialists have treatments such as Botox for the bladder,
Wow.
which is something new and innovative.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I don't think people would really connect Botox and the bladder together, but somehow it makes it work. Botox seems to be going more places than just the normal facial region that people might think, doctor.
Absolutely. Botox was actually approved for the bladder and overactive bladder in 2013.
Wow.
And so as specialists have been getting experience with it, they've been able to see the great benefit, decreasing frequency, decreasing urgency, and actually up to 31% of patients have stopped leaking urine with this therapy.
Wow, that's incredible. I think the one important thing is for women to know that they're not on an island. If they do have this, they're not the only ones. As a matter of fact, this is a fairly common problem.
Absolutely. It's extremely common. 33 million Americans have overactive bladder, but there is something that you can do about it. That's the point that we're trying to drive home. And particularly for women, sometimes it's so hard for us to put ourselves first, with work and family responsibilities and community responsibilities and the loved ones around us, we deprioritize ourselves. But this is really a situation where we're trying to get women to prioritize themselves and to make that appointment and to get that diagnosis and to pursue treatment.
Absolutely. If we want to get more information, where do we go?
There's a great website, BotoxForOAB.com. Not only can you find a specialist by plugging in your zip code, you can also download basically like a journal so you can keep track of your symptoms. That's a great talking point for when you sit down with your doctor to go over what those symptoms are. And you can also download another chart that gives you a little bit more talking points or ways to get the conversation going, because as we said, it can be really embarrassing, it can be awkward, but we're trying to ease that.
Absolutely. Well, it's great information. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
All right, to find out more about anything you've just heard, go to BotoxForOAB.com. And if you want to see this segment again or get a link to that website, just go to VegasMorningBlend.com.